Please try and watch this video before you start any business here in Nigeria, because this video will help you not to fall mugu or pray the way I fell when I moved back to Nigeria and when I decided to start business here in Nigeria. It will make you know that Nigeria is a country whereby mugu for maga chop. That's the slogan. They don't want to call it stealing. They don't want to tell you that there is stealing by, it is the word stealing by trick. To avert it, you have to watch this video. So just watch and enjoy. See you on the other side. Hey besties, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, according to the time you will be coming across this video. To you new subscribers, thanks for joining our family, and to our OGs, yeah besties, welcome back to a new video. Anywho, today happens to be the day Edo State starts their protest. You know, before now, today is 1st of August. Before now, other states like Lagos State and various parts of Nigeria started their protests already. But those states promised to start theirs 1st of August 2024, which they started. You guys don't want to know how I got to this shop today. Let's not talk about it. I don't know how I got here, but I am here. And there is no, it's not busy, no place is too busy. I guess it's because the whole major roads are blocked, barricaded everywhere with burning of tire. You know, normal Nigerian protest, if you're in Nigerian, you know what it seems or what it looks like. But other than that, there is no violence. I've not seen anything rouse. Yeah, but there is no much movement, as you will tell from this video, because there is no much sound, no much passerbys, no much bike, no much moving vehicles. Let's say because the major roads are blocked, and secondly, most people are in their houses. You will ask now, Winnie, why didn't you stay at home? Don't go there. Me, I thought they were joking though. I thought it wouldn't get out of hand. I thought it was like a little thing, but if it is like this tomorrow, trust me, yes, I will not come to shop, because it's just like me coming to shop now. I'm looking at the road. By the way, my shop is not along the expressway. It's inside a lane. It's inside street, so that is why and it is not the marketplace too. That is why I was able to open. The opening now, I can see there is no much customers, no much passerbys, just here you get. So I just said, let me take out this opportunity to answer your questions, or some of your questions, because so many people, or so many of you, took out to my TikTok to ask me some questions, and so many of my friends also called to know or to ask this particular question. And from the title, I guess you already understand what I am on about in this video. Yeah, it is the slogan, how do you start as a Nigerian who has not been in Nigeria for a very long time? How do you start up? How do you start a business? How do you get a place? Sorry about that, I had to attend to customer. If you are a Nigerian who has not been in Nigeria for some years or for a very long time, and you want to move back, or you want to start a business here in Nigeria, maybe you are not moving back, maybe you just want to start it, how do you go about it, and all that. So that is what we are on about here today. So to start with, I said all this in my previous video. To start with, you need to know the reason you are moving back. If you want to move back, have a why you are moving back. Jakpada, before it used to be Jakpa. Now there is so many Jakpada now. Jakpada means somebody who has lived outside Nigeria for some time who decides to relocate to Nigeria. That's the slogan. To move from Nigeria, somebody who is relocating from Nigeria to another country for greener pastures or for any other reason is called Japa. While somebody who is moving from their resident place at the moment, like where they travel to, back into the country, Nigeria, is called Jakpada. Don't ask me why I know the names. I don't know. It's the slogan. Sorry. So you need to know the why you are moving back. The why is very important. And if you're that type that say, Winnie, I don't want to move back, I just want to start a business, how do I start? You also need to know the why you are starting the business. You need to know, like I said in my previous 2 to 3 previous videos, you can go there and watch about business. You need to know the kind of business you want to go into. You need to try to make a research about the environmental factor or what it takes to go into such business. 3, you need to know the audience you are targeting. What is your aim for the business? What are you aiming with the business? You need to know your niche, and you need to know the kind of capital you have at hand, because sometimes the kind of capital you have at hand determines the kind of business you want to start with. You can't tell me now you want to maybe go into raw material business, and it requires you shipping goods, you shipping in raw materials from abroad or from the western region into the country or into Nigeria or into any country you are looking to start a business. That is capital intensive. That kind of business, you need a whole lot of capital. You get, so that is why you need to look into the capital you have at hand. And the other thing is, you need to know the environment. You need to understand the environment you are bringing in a business into. Like, for instance, I mentioned this in my previous video. You want to start maybe a frozen food business. You need to understand the fact that if you are starting a frozen food business in a place like Nigeria, where I'm presently based, my country of origin, where I am presently, you need to understand the fact that there is no 24 hours of electricity. We don't have power supply for 24 hours. You might just strictly deal on meat, you might strictly be dealing on fish. That is why I'm saying that word frozen food business, you need to be able to understand that you need a constant power supply to be able to pull off such business. For that kind of business to run, you need to understand that you need a steady power supply. You get, and Nigeria is that place where you don't have a steady power supply. Do you see the reasons? That is one of it. And if you say, no, I know Nigeria doesn't have electricity, I want to start something called printing press. Printing press is where you can type, you can photocopy, you can laminate, like you can even buy data for people. You have to also understand that fact that in Nigeria we don't have 24 hours of electricity. Secondly, we don't have unlimited data. Yes, we don't have unlimited Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi we have is limited. It's a limited Wi-Fi. You might just subscribe now and they will tell you you have 20 gigs, and in the next few minutes your data has run out, like has burned out. So I believe I have been able to answer your questions. Know the business you're going into, target the environment, make sure you understand the environment you are starting the business on, because that will help you know the kind of business you want to start. Know the audience you're targeting, know the capital you have at hand before you venture into any niche of business. Have a niche and know your passion, because in business You have ups and you have downs. So for that reason, you have to have passion for what you are going into, so that when the going gets tough, that passion that you have for it will keep you moving. Do you get? So those are the key factor, being that I'm a small business owner here in Nigeria. Those are the things I know you have to look at for before venturing into business here in Nigeria. It's not about you can start. Nigeria is a simple place. It's a country where you can start at any time. You can start whatever you want to start. You get? You can even just build a table, put it in your outside, and business has started. You can get a shop in the twinkle of an eye if you want to get a shop. It's very easy. Starting up or getting a space, or is there a barrier for you to start a business? No, in Nigeria there is no barrier. There is no barrier for you to start a business. The only barrier you have is you looking at the environment properly before you start anything. You checking at your capital, knowing the audience you want to target. The audience matters a lot. The audience means what I'm trying to explain further with this audience thing means you want to operate a restaurant. Yeah, you don't need to go to a very quiet place. You have to know that if you are running a mama put or a restaurant, you need a very busy spot. And secondly, it might not be that busy, but you need somewhere that is very close to the road, somewhere that is accessible to people. When I talk about your niche, it also governs your business. Your niche means like rebranding, like when you brand your business, when you try to brand your services. You know, people always tend to see before like the test. So if your business is the type of business that you are going into that will determine, for instance, you are going into hair business, you need to be able to put out a good niche, like a good name to start with, a good website, then a good showcase, like snapping the hair, editing very nicely, putting it out there, even though you know that the customer might not or have not seen the hair, but may seeing what you put out there, they are seeing and they believe that it is what they are ordering is what they are getting. Do you get? So that is it. I believe with all this that I've rambled, you have been able to understand the step by step of how and what you need to look at for before going into business here in Nigeria. Even though you want to move in, or you want to move back to Nigeria to start this business, or you want to start this business while you are still in the diaspora, these are the things you need to look at for. All right, you need to be able to look out for these things, because for me, like I said in my previous video, I looked out for just few things. I looked out for the capital I had at hand. That was why I chose the business I wanted. I looked out for the audience I wanted to target. I didn't bother looking out for the environmental factor of it. That really dealt with me. And lastly, sorry, let me chip this in out there. You need to be smart. You need to be watchful. Don't be so much in a hurry, because Nigeria is a country whereby mugu for maga chop. What it means is, if you are not smart, if you are not watchful, you may end up buying something that comes in a carton that has dozen in it, and you end up getting 10 or 11 when you get to your shop. So I don't know, I will not call it stealing, but I will say some of them, they don't know, while some of them, they know what they are doing. For that reason, you have to be watchful. You have to be calm. Don't be in a hurry. Like if you are going to the market to shop for your business, don't be so much in a hurry to just buy and just leave. No, you need to be calculative. You need to be smart. This should be one of the first things I should have said. you need to be very watchful. Starting a business in Nigeria needs a whole lot of calculation, a whole lot of your mental stability. Otherwise, they will just use you and shine. Like somebody will just be out there who just want to enjoy and they don't want to even work for it. So if you are that person who know you are not going to be watchful, you are not going to be calm, then Nigeria is not a place that you have to do business on. If you are in Nigeria and you know what I'm talking about, do you see Igbo people when they are doing business? They are very calculative. If Igbo people does business with you, or you go to an Igbo man's shop to shop for your shop, even though they don't know, they mistake the prices. Sorry besties, I have to attend to a customer. I'm sorry. Anywho's, like I was saying, I didn't look out for the environmental factor when I was starting my business. And lastly, I wasn't watchful. That's why I was stressing that watchful earlier. I wasn't watchful and I wasn't smart about some certain things. I just thought like everybody is like me. What is good and what is evil. But Nigeria is not like that. I'm sorry. Everybody wants to shop. But it's fine. So I guess without this few points of mine, I've been able to convince you and not to confuse you that it's easy to start a business here in Nigeria. Unlike the diaspora, it's very easy. All you just need to put in place are all these things I just mentioned and see yourself fly. Yeah. So I will say we'll draw the curtain here today. See you guys in my next video. Bye besties.